Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Wally Weasel. And here we are with some more Mass Effect. That's right, more Mass Effect, because we did a quick little, what was it, like an hour and 45-minute stream last week. Basically, all we did was make our character as, hopeless as possible. And we did Eden Prime. Nothing too major there, it's just the basic story elements there. Basic story element, combat, and all that other good stuff. Basically, it's just a tutorial type mission. And then we went around and talked to everybody. Got to know as much of the squad as the game would allow us at this present time. For those wondering, let's see here. I wonder. Yes, we should be able to just. Let's see here. Viewed. Personal history summary. Yep. So yeah, there's my character. Basically, I went with the colonist background. So like my family's all dead, and then I went with the sole survivor. So everyone else on Aku's died, but obviously he will make it back to the landing zone. And yeah, so my character has no family and PTSD issues. I also went with the soldier class, mainly because, not that I don't mind the whole, aspect of biotics and stuff like that. It's just that I would always forget them. That's basically that's like the basic reason of why I never choose biotics or never choose a mage or anything like that. And that's like too, skill based or whatever. So that's why I went with soldiers. One of the reasons why I went with soldiers. The other reason is because I like to be the underdog. And in an underdog world where everyone can use biotics, everyone and their monkey's uncle and their monkey's uncle's pet dog can use biotics. It makes sense that, for me, or at least to me, that I would not be capable, and that I would have, the only reliance I would have are my tactical skills. Tactical skills being Shepard's tactical skills, not my tactical skills. If they were my tactical skills, the universe would be doomed. So anyways, we're just about to hit the Citadel. That's where we are now. And so let's get to it.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
And zoom. It's the Citadel. Oh wait, no, it's a nice one. I knew that. The Citadel. It's big.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Looks like it has a pretty big
Look
cannon.
at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
That Joker.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Yay!
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Proceed to Dock 423. Thank you very much. Ooh, welcoming party. One person. We're just gonna ignore it. Oh, two people. Okay. Some more people. Ah, we didn't get the rest of the song. Oh. There it is.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony!
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Yeah.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Seren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action! You don't get to make demands of a council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Ah.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Yo.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
He's dangerous.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres.
Bah.
The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres.
Let him try.
Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Yay! Now we get to explore the Citadel. I don't know. Like all the times you get to explore the Citadel, like all 3 games, I really like this time. You know, I think this is like my favorite time. Everything is so calm and peaceful, and no one's like, you know, super duper big on anything. Anyways, so you're like, wait a minute, wasn't this place set in space? Yes, it was, and this. Okay, Shepard, stop that. Okay, stop doing the Shepard. We're looking at space. We're looking at the atmosphere. Now we're looking at your ass. And the atmosphere. The atmosphere. Alright, so yeah, so this is one of the, wings. Nice little background. Shepard is just kind of still walking. That's my controller. The little left stick is a bit wonky. Every now and then, it'll just wonk out. Alright, okay, stop doing the Shepard. Let's hack this thing. There we go. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argus Row cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? Oh, there's a quest. Well, a side quest. But we'll get to that later, because we can't do it now. And now let's go meet some of the best characters, some of the best races.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Damn shit, it's big.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
Oot.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
Sorry.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Well, we'll start with the history.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
White eyes.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel, and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
That's super important. They didn't construct it. This isn't like a... This isn't a construction of current day races. They discovered it, and they just kind of moved into it. They were like, this is our place now.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
We're not in it yet.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Yeah, so just confirmation. We don't have a seat on the Council, we just have an ambassador. So, yeah.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Tell me more about your
Genuine enthusiasm.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the our government tends to be very
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell.
Sorry.
Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
We will.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
I think I clicked too soon. I ended up cutting out the last word or two. So I'll have to stop doing that.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Can we see? No, there's too many trees. We can't see from here. You can see from the human embassy. I think we did actually see the bridge. Just double check. So let's see. Should be able to kind of, sort of. There's the bridge. Which is the bridge he was talking about? Oh well. There's nothing else in there. At least there is a seeker, but we can't talk to them. No, nothing. Alright. That's gotta be super annoying for the human ambassador. So every time somebody wants to go talk to the Elcor, that door keeps opening. What the hell? God damn it. God damn it all!
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
I know where he is.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Cytheria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Ma'am. Boom. Hear that?
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Yay, level up! Just for learning stuff. All these codex entries.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Alright, and I'll spend my points later. There's no point in, rushing through the points now. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just gonna go rummaging through your stuff. I'm just gonna go through your computer here. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the internet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted, my fellow biotic. You have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, few tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come join us in the Hawking Ada cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. There's another mission for us. But again, we can't really do it because we're stuck on the Citadel. And we'll be stuck on the Citadel for at least another couple of weeks, maybe. What's up?
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. The Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet. That's their business. But I don't have to like it.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres, they'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
CSEC?
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
Why not?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Screw you too. Nothing else in here? Alright, let's get out of here. Let's continue on. Ooh, the lounge. Oop. Oh, and another seeker. Oop, no, bartender. Give me a drink.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
Yes.
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Not really. Alright.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shaira's?
The consort? She entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Yeah, whatever.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
But I'm doing my dance.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course you wouldn't. You'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if you did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
Yeah, Fredericks.
What are you... Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Alrighty then.
This place seems strange. There's still more humans on it.
We're surrounded by them. Okay, that's that. Back room there. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. It's Christmas time.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Sure. Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
I will. So yeah, so the first little bit here is maybe a lot of talking. Just a lot of talking. Alright, so we'll keep to this side. And then we'll do that side after. That's just pointing us to Citadel Towers. That's where we have to go eventually, if I remember correctly. Embassies, that's just where we came from. That just leads down. That leads to Citadel Towers, but you can't really see the towers. Well, even if that bridge wasn't in the way, you still really couldn't see it. Seekers. Oh no, that's just the wards, sorry. Citadel Towers. Ways down. But we'll explore the wards later, because we gotta go there anyway. Ooh, that's a little mass relay display.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Fine, whatever.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the Keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see Keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way.
I'll interfere.
The Keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Bring it on.
Tell me more about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
What happens in Citadel control?
Citadel control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
Chambers?
I'd like to hear more about the council.
Business of the council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
I'd like to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
You got it. Alright, so that's the Citadel Tower. Don't want to go there yet. Otherwise, we'll be able to explore everything, but I want to explore everything now. That's probably what the vast majority of this stream is just going to be, just basically exploring. Because like I said, the very opening of this game here, there's all a lot of talking. Let's bridge back to where we were before, so I don't need to do that. Oop.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepherd. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
It was a pretty big rock.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope he will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
Alright then.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
They're pretty elite.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find out in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Peter? No. Okay. That's just Caden. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. There's another seeker. Seeker, seeker, seeker. Seeker, 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 seeker.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan.
Damn it.
Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Upgrades, non-human armor, standard items. Okay, so far out of my price range, out of my price range, out of my price range. No, in my price range. See, I don't have heavy armor unlocked. I'll buy that though. It's better than what I have. Okay, it's the exact same. How much do I have? 3. Okay, yeah, no. No, we're fine, we're fine. And we don't need to see upgrades or non-human armors just yet. pointy.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni. Then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Yet.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Nah, we can't be jerks.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Another seeker. Another seeker. Just sitting there, typing away at his computer.
Welcome, I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. You know, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
What do you do here, Naylina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nalina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress.
But...
Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Alright then. Take that, everybody needs to wait months and years and stuff.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
Sure do.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
How about that? Bright lights. Bright lights. Big city. Giant egg.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our Citadel.
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
Ooh, touching.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful.
Sure like hugging and touching me.
Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
Can I see your egg? Why do you need an egg? Alright, whatever. Come on, guys. We'll leave Lady and her egg. Gotta wonder what the Protheans were using for these rooms are. Alright, so that is the Presidium. Wait, no, it's not. Still got the upper floor on this side. Oh, wait. That's okay. We will cross the bridge. Cross the bridge and go investigate. Investigate the wards down below. We're going to investigate the wards. Boo boo doo boo doo boo doo. To the wards. The wards are down this way right now. And the wards are going to town. And the wards are still a little ways. Ba-ba-doo, ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. That was zigzag. Praise the Lord. Pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord. Pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord. Pass the... Oh. I don't want to talk to those losers. Alright, alright. But how do the wards know? Here, let's take one of these things. That's right, no. Exit, exit, exit. No! Take the elevator. It's just right over here. Unlock some conversations. And we're not going to skip the elevator scenes. Every single one of them. Get in here. Whatever. There we go. Everybody teleport in place.
The council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Who are these two? Who are you? Stop blocking my way. Garrus? Hey, we talked to you before. No, we're gonna talk to Garrus.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vakarian. I was the officer in charge of the C-Sec investigation into Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Maybe they will.
You don't want to keep the council waiting.
Maybe I want to. Maybe I think they're a bunch of jerks. And that nobody likes them. Ooh, trees. Seeker down there. We got someone down there. It's just gonna stand there like a goober. Nothing down there. Someone just standing right there. Rear Admiral Kahoku.
No,
One second.
I'm waiting to speak with one of the council's assistants.
Nothing, okay.
No, Commander.
You? There's nothing over here, is there? Going across the grass. Okay, you don't want to talk. And nothing. Step on the grass some more. To the fire steps.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
Damn straight.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
No.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
We'll get him next time.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that C-Sec investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in C-Sec who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that, Lizard.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wharf.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics. Doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to any, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation. But with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses it.
You don't think much
the
of
guy
him.
joined CSEC, roughing up suspects in custody, bribery.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
Tell me about...
He's got an impressive client list.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way. Innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Bye. Hey, where are we? Rabble, dabble, dabble, dabble. But they're humans. Rah, 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 rah. That's right, you look away.
That guy's up to something.
What guy?
The one over by the keeper.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind.
Alright, bye. Yeah, you were kind of in our way.
Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the Keepers.
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
Yeah.
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I disagree.
I can help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Batman.
I'm Commander Shepard with the Alliance military.
That too.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
Got it.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
I'll scan them. Shoot, there's like, what, 20? Journal. Read everything. Yeah, 20. There's another one up here, wasn't there? Probably not. Oh, no, there it was. Get over here, you little son of a bitch. Scan. Yeah. Yeah. Evil laugh. Alright. There's another one. Probably not back here, I don't think. Or was there one? No. There was one along the side. Not here. There it is. There you are. Thought you could hide from me?
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the Council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a
Stop
strong
dancing.
push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right. Though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Right on. And I wasn't doing anything, officer. I was just wandering down, sniffing the flowers. You were cool, right? Fist bump? Yeah, give him the fist bump.
No, I haven't spoken to him before. This is the first time I've requested an audience.
Commander?
Okay, you don't want to talk to me. I'll screw you too. It's a lovely waterfall. Or sprinkler. Yep. Very lovely. Alright.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Meow, 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 meow. Garrus is gone. Alright, I guess he's running away. Oh, screw him too. He's a jerk anyway. Who even likes Garrus? Huh? Exactly. Alright, alright. We're on the elevator. There we go. Now we're on the elevator. So, how's it going, guys? Any new movies you guys see?
The council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they take his word over ours.
Yeah, I know, right?
So now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
Yeah, politics suck. Alright. Anita, how you doing? I didn't do anything to them. You see, I'm all the way over here. What? What? Huh? What? The water? What about the water? It's water. There's no fish. What are you lying about? Oh, huh? Birdies? Birdies. I don't see any birdies though. They're just playing the birdie sound effects. You!
Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
Yes, help.
I heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
Yay!
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
Whoppadoodle.
That's what happens when you deal with a traitor like Saren.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price. Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the Academy.
Can't tell me what to do.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time, I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, that's it.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yup. Alright, let's go find some more keepers. Whoop. There should be one up here. Keepers. There you are. Oh, that's some nice technology there. Some real nice stuff. Some boxes. Everybody likes boxes. Not doing anything illegal. We're just investigating the boxes. Out of my way, you. You're in the way of my boxes. There's another box. Ah, okay. You know the boxes. Alright. Alrighty then. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's another one. What are you doing over there, you silly goose? See, this is right. Is that and none more down here, so let's cross to the other side. Oops. Too wide. Meow. Zoom. Citadel Academy. Yes. I think there's a keeper up in here too. Let's see, none there, none there. Yeah, there was one in. What's it? We'll check up here. I can't remember if there's any here or not. Shepard, calm down. Come on. Seriously, stop being so anxious. Doors are going to open. You know, you'll be fine. Just because some doors don't open automatically for you. You got any pet seekers? Nah, you got no seekers in here. Alright. I think they got one like tucked in the corner, don't they? No? No, they don't. Wait. Yes, this corner, right. And whop up. Nope, just opening your door. Just to piss you off. Past the human embassy, because there's none in there. And there's one right here. Yes, there he is. Hello, sir. Don't mind this probe. Anderson? Yes, 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 Shepard, Jesus. I know you're anxious to scan the keepers. Alright. Actually, yeah. Head down here, then we can come up the other way. Yes, I get it. I can use that fast shuttle system. But we're looking for keepers. So it just makes sense to just run along this side. Ooh, floating arrow. Technology of this place. No way to hop into the water. Oh, that's a boo. Oh, okay. Oh well, at least now we know there's nothing down there. Yeah, you can kind of see this guy's like a picture dome or something.
You're not allowed in here. This one believes it has the right to move freely in this area.
This is the keeper.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's a...
Wait, do I have... Maybe, although I don't think this is going to be enough. Look, got a little renegade.
Against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the enkindlers to be spread.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
You should be more tolerant. It's just trying to express its beliefs.
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Arrest it.
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
You stubborn jellyfish.
Do you desire to learn of the enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
Let's talk about these enkindlers.
Why is the CSEC officer harassing you?
The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the enkindlers.
If that's all the CSEC officer wants, why not just buy the permit?
The truth of the enkindlers is universal. This one humbly believes that the truth should not be suppressed. Exacting payment as a means of imposing limits upon the truth is an abrogation of this one's religious freedom.
Not really. I mean, gotta pay for a church. Gotta pay for a copy of the Bible. Gotta pay for them Torahs. You just don't get them for free.
So you're breaking the law by preaching without a permit right now?
The CSEC officer states that preaching in this place is forbidden, and preaching anywhere on the Citadel requires a permit. This one humbly submits that it is not preaching to state the truth of the enkindlers, and thus no permit should be necessary.
You're preaching. Everyone has their religions.
Who are the enkindlers?
Your people know them as the Protheans. They are the true creators of this one's people. The Enkindlers raised the Hanar from ignorance into consciousness by granting this one's people the gift of speech.
Let's see, can I do this?
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Yay, I just have enough.
Is this how the Enkindlers would want you to use this gift of consciousness?
The Enkindlers would wish for their message to be spread to all sentient races.
The Enkindlers wouldn't wish their message to be spread by breaking society's laws.
This one hears wisdom. Perhaps enthusiasm has clouded judgment in this matter. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Good, get out of here.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Yes, you should. Yay! Omnijaw! Wait, did you already scan this one? We did.
Please do not
Yeah,
disturb
okay.
the keepers.
Alright, down to the wards. Oh, there's one right there. And scan. I wonder. Let me. Oh, 12. Alright. Not bad. Ah! Put them away, boys. Put them away. And we can pull up weapons in the Presidium. Something tells me they would not have allowed that to happen.
So, Williams, you happy you signed on with Commander Shepard?
I'm not sure, Lieutenant. Every time I think I have a handle on things, the universe banks hard to port.
Well, don't let anybody know. A big gun and a confident attitude will get you through a lot in life.
See, why would anybody want to skip these moments? Those are the character developing moments. Okay, nothing down that way. You?
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him angry. Angry people make mistakes.
There's just something about Fist that makes me nervous.
Good. He's a dangerous man. Keep your eyes peeled for unmarked.
Yeah. What's this? Oh, okay, so a little step. Do-do-do. And whop. So that should be 13. To the wards.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Open. There's the little back alley. Scan. Ooh, super sci-fi music. Super sci-fi music. Saving content.
That's her.
Ah!
Rally round!
The hell? You guys cover me. What the hell? Duck walking. Duck walking. Jesus.
Here it comes! Get down! Shields down.
Jesus.
Perimeter clear.
He got away. Okay, so insanity difficulty kicking in there. What? Oh, yeah, right. The dancers. Jenna.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
Alright. Very nice. A bit stiff. Come on, relax. Ah, there we go. That's right. Push right into the material of that table. Or whatever you're dancing on. Alright, now you're just staring and just doing stuff.
I got business here, but not with you.
Alright.
Commander. What do you want?
I'm here on Shaira's behalf. Your lies are hurting her.
Good! The lies have been killing me for days. I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
Because she rejected me. Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet.
I think I can see why you're upset, but spreading these lies won't make it better.
Yeah.
Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Straighten up.
General, did you ever win a battle by moping in a bar?
Ha, war. That's what this feels like, all right. How did I let it come to this? So you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and act like a general?
I don't think it could hurt.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort. Even if she won't have me back.
This is no place for someone of your stature, General.
All right. I'll go to her. After I've had a cold shower or two. Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an Elcor diplomat out there who believes Shaira gave up his secrets.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this datapad. It shows where I got my info. You will exonerate Shaira and convince the Elcor.
Who am I taking it to, and where is he?
His name is Zoltan. He's an Elcor diplomat.
We talked to him.
He's over in the embassies complaining about Shaira. Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers. Thanks, Commander. You know, You might make a good general yourself one day.
One day. One day.
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset about a woman.
That's because you don't understand women, Kate.
Yeah.
Not now. Watching the show.
Alright.
Hey there, sweetheart. Looking for some fun? 'Cause I gotta say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours. Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. We'll see where this goes.
Maybe later.
Suit yourself, princess. You know, if more Marines looked like you, I might have joined the Alliance instead of CSEC.
I'm looking for a CSEC officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is. You gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Why'd they kick him out?
Have to ask him. I never heard any of the details. Bet it's a good story, though. The heroes fall. Classic tragedy.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown nosers.
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does. But if he's so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Go ask him about that, sweetheart.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean, what was it like? The executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. CSEC was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You get off easy if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for CSEC isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
You need to look in a mirror.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
Ooh, bouncer.
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friend.
Who's Fist?
He owns this club, but the customers have to stay out front.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
Eh, it's alright. I can't get a drink. No heads? Okay, you guys, like, stayed behind for whatever reason. Alright, we'll talk with them. Let's see, is this where we... Yes, this is where we came from.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
No, still standard items. License, Metagel upgrade. Definitely gonna need that at some point, but not yet. Alright, everything. Oh, no, no. No, buying weapons is kind of a waste in this game. No, we're fine. Anybody else? Anyone else want to talk? No? Any keepers? No? Okay. We have it not saved. Actually, oops. How long until? 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably should. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the other points though. They're gonna be very important soon. Nope. Yeah. And then there we go. And give her some of that. Right, save. That was the whole point of doing that. Nah. Yeah. Conrad Werner.
Is that really? Wow, it's you. You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
Well, more like a couple hundred, but you know, I wasn't counting.
I spent most of my time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
Anything for a fan. Here.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
No problem.
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies. Will you be needing supplies?
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake, Earth Clan. I assumed... It doesn't matter. Pharos? Noveria? Well, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm sure you will soon. But it doesn't matter where you hail from. My goods are available to all.
What can you tell me about Noveria?
Very cold. Very snowy. I don't get too many clients from there. They all have their own private suppliers.
And Pharos?
I'd like to know more about Pharos.
It's an old Prothean world. Their buildings still litter the surface. The humans aren't the first to colonize it, but they are the most recent.
Ooh.
I just realized I haven't heard from my contact on that planet for some time. Ah, well, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah,
Tell me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
I better. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there. For some reason my stream just kind of cut out. I don't know why. Sorry about that. But we're not done yet. Still got a little bit left we can do. Okay, no one there. I did see a keeper though. I think I missed him. I was too distracted by the stupid stream cutting out. Ah! There he is. Come here, you. There we go. Actually, now that I have heavy armor unlocked, sweet. There we go. That's gonna help me out. Ooh, that's super bulky. Oh well, that should help me from dying. Ooh, scenic view. Where's the scenic view? Scenic view. Oh, right there. Okay. What?
Excuse me, Commander Shepard.
Why?
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
Alright.
You gotta have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. According to your file, you survived back on Akuz when everyone else in your squad got killed. If anyone can find the worst elements of the Citadel and live to tell about it, it's you.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Better not. Or else. Dun dun dun. Ooh, very nice. You like it, Ashley?
Big place.
Is that your professional opinion, sir?
Shades, the scope is amazing. None of they need us.
This isn't a station, it's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
What's to measure up? Melting pot is an inadequate big club.
The Council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion called love. According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
When you put it that way, there's no reason they wouldn't like you. I mean, us. Humans, ma'am.
You don't take much shore leave, do you, LT?
Alright, laugh it up, Chief. I appreciate the thought, Alenka, but we're on duty here.
Yeah.
I know.
Stop flirting
I'll
with me.
walk drag, ma'am.
Let's see here. This is to the flux. Let's see what the flux is all about. City transit.
Should be careful who you say that around.
What? Everyone knows 50 people will be criminals.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Now you can do the shepherd. Now you can do the shepherd. Come on. Now you don't want to do the shepherd. I'll put you like right up against the wall. No? Okay. I'm gonna blind you. What with these two? No? Alright, fine. Screw you two.
Hey, good to see another human.
It's out of my hands, Rita. I'd bring her back in a second, but she doesn't want to count.
I know. I'll see if I can talk some sense into her next week.
Be careful. You know how stuck prods, the more she'll run away.
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Dorn before she left to... sorry.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. Informant for CSEC. You know, eavesdropping.
Dangerous job.
That's what I've been telling her. I don't know. Sometimes I think she's... No, it's all very secret. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
I'll talk to her.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous Chorus Den is.
Get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
You got it. Yep. Nope. Okay. Nope. What are those people doing out there? You, get out of my way. Get out of my way. No.
I'm waiting for someone else.
All right. Ooh. Quasar. Low stakes Quasar. Suspicious gambling machine. Keeper.
I think somebody rigged this machine to funnel credits through the system. Let me trace a signal.
Okay. Let's try... No. Let's go big. Go big. Let's see. Quasar, 200 credits to play. Closest to 20 without going over. Payouts, okay. Really? Only 400 credits? No, that's not even worth it. Alright. 47. Want to wait? No, one to wait. Yay! Nope. Best thing to do is to know when to walk away. We're $50 up, and that's good enough. Alright. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-ba-do-ba-do. Ba-do-ba-do. Waka 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 waka. Wappa wappa wap wap wappa do wap. Which way did we come? We came from there. So we're this way. Where's this? Presidium? No, we don't want to go to Presidium. Well, there might be a seeker on the way. Wait. Is this... Yeah, this is where we came in. Okay. Let's do the save just because. Save. Let's save over Eden Prime. Sorry, Jenkins. Sorry, guy. Let's see. Did we miss any seekers? We did not miss any seekers. Clinic door. We gotta be close to all the seekers by now. Yeah. No. Scan the keepers. 3? Okay, 3 left. And we still got a little bit more of the place to investigate.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or...
Hey, how's it going,
Who
guys?
are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Take cover.
Try to shoot me now. I got armor. That's right.
That's it. Bag
Huh.
and tag him.
Huh? 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 That's right. Who do you... he vanished. He vanished before the interrogation. One sec. Okay, last minute, Joel. Okay, we gotta talk to Garrus first.
Perfect
Garrus, hold on.
timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
It was a big risk.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle.
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get it.
Anything else?
What else can you tell me about the Quarian?
I'm not sure. Like I said, she wanted to trade information for a place to hide. She didn't... Wait a minute. Geth. Her information had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
We need to find her.
paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
And a threat to the Rebel Alliance. Sorry, member of the Rebel Alliance. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we heard about him.
There we
The
go.
Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
No, we'll keep it as we have it. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we can
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
Not a problem.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Me too. Now, was there anything you needed?
Personal question.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
Why not? Okay.
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Ooh, hello. Oh, okay. The prices. First aid interface. Combat suit monitor vital functions and release small localized doses of Medigel to accelerate the healing process. That's 1.5 regeneration per second. Okay, so it's just like a bunch much more. You know what? I might actually buy this one. Yeah. Let's fit. There we go. That's probably going to be better. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, so we got all that. Where's the nebula? It's behind the wall. Alright. Alright, so now we go downstairs. Let's save again. Save it is, save. Save it is, save it is, save it is, save. Keeper.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right?
No, you
I
know
saw the
me.
monument at Akuz. They got a whole section about you there. It's a miracle you survived.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang, Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
No.
Why'd you join Citadel Security?
I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Maybe it's in my blood. My grandfather was a cop back on Earth. It's kind of what CSEC is. Police for the Citadel. I'm still pretty new at it, but I like it so far. Way more interesting than staying back on Earth. You get to meet all kinds of cool aliens, like those Hanar. Wild. Plus, CSEC gets a lot of respect here. We uphold the law. People, even aliens, appreciate that.
How do you like working here on the Citadel?
This place is amazing. I've been here almost a year, and I still haven't seen a tenth of it. The Presidium's just so beautiful. Good place to go and relax. But I really like it here down in the wards. There's always something going on somewhere. Like that new club they just opened a few months ago, Flux. Wicked scene in there, Commander. You should check it out when you have some time.
I already checked it out. I won $50.
What do you know about Spectres?
Just the stuff they show in the vids. They always make them out to be super agents on secret missions to save the galaxy. I know it's not really like that, though. Some of the other CSEC guys don't like them too much. Figure they shouldn't be able to operate outside the law. But if they were so bad, the Council wouldn't use them, right?
Do you know a CSEC officer named Harkin?
I shouldn't really say too much. He's been on the force a lot longer than me. But I've heard things, you know? Drinking on the job, taking bribes, that kind of thing. Rumors mostly, but they suspended him, so some of it must be true.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
Super busy. Hey, where does this lead? To an elevator. CSEC Academy.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Let's see, we got a way there. Two ways. It should be the same ways. And yes. Rex.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Rex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Go on. Get out of here.
Do I know you, human?
My name's Shepard. I'm going after Fist. Thought you might want to come along.
Shepard. Commander Shepard. I've heard a lot about you. We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you a fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Fist knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a say. Seek the enemy of your enemy, and you will find a friend.
Glad to have you on the team, Rex.
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
Okay, now we get another chance. Well, I'm already the soldier, so... you know what? Yeah. Make her so it's quite a little colorful. So, this way, see what's happening. I knew him.
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think
Shepherd,
he's going to kill me.
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details. But Shorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry. Hey there. Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
No, but I got someone with CSEC.
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Shorban. That's the guy who wanted us to scam the Keepers.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
Well, let's see. You don't have anything to say. Oh, I can't go. Would you?
Hello, Commander.
What up? Okay, nobody in here. Oop. Weapons locker. There's another keeper. Getting a lot of codexes, but no one wants to talk. Supposed to... No? Okay. Okay, oops. Nope. Sorry. Don't freak out the people. No, everybody rest. Okay. Let's... No, let's keep up with that for now. Hello, Rex. I do want him to get to heavy armor as quickly as possible. And... Sure. Alright, that's good. Let's see, nobody in here wants to talk. That just leads down. Elevator and elevator. Don't need either of those. Let's see what's going on here. Requisitions officer, eh?
One sec, looking you up. Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
Sure
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Show me what you got.
Excellent. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Beep boop. Yep. Take that as well. Let's see, no, don't need that. Ooh. 19. Ooh, but can he wear medium armor? Shield boost. Assault training. No, he can't wear medium armor yet. Okay. Yay! Data collection complete. And level up. Very nice. So we still scan the keepers. There's, oops, no, don't pull out your weapons in security systems. Journal. Okay, so I got that one. We'll probably take care of that one later. For now, let's see, Presidium, embassies. Let's start taking care of some of these side quests, or at least one of them. And then, yeah, that may be it for today. We'll reside this way. Do 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 do. Yeah, we're also going to talk to Anderson, so we can probably do that at the same time.
Strange greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
I know who revealed your secret. It was a Turian named Septimus.
Unbelieving. I know this Septimus, and he could not learn my secrets. The only way he could learn them is from the Asari consort.
Here, there should be proof enough for you.
Confused. This is difficult to fathom. If the Turian could learn this on his own, dismayed, anyone can discover my secret.
Septimus is a powerful man, and it wasn't easy for him to find.
Relieved. I suppose you are correct, human. Thank you for this information. Startled realization. I must speak with the consort. She will be most displeased with my actions. Anxious request. Please, human, if you will excuse me, I must go now.
I'm sure she'll forgive you. It was Nana's mistake.
Doubtful. Perhaps you are right, human. I can only hope so. Thankful. That was a great thing you did, Commander. Approving. You see, Din, not all humans are as you say.
I'm sure the Earth Clan stands to profit from this in some way.
Apologetic. Do not listen to my Volus compatriot. It was a good thing you did, regardless of your intentions.
I'll show you my intentions. First.
Yes, Commander. Is there something you need?
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, Saren eliminated, but I saw how he operates. No
I should go.
Okay, so we can't,
I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, so I was just like, in case you forgot to ask him stuff. Alright, whatever. So you can't like be all like, hey, you were a Spectre? But no, I think he was just like, Spectre potential. Or Spectre prospect. Not a full-on Spectre. So Harkin is just, you know, being a jealous jackass. Anyways, let's go see the consort. Get that one out of the way. Womp womp womp. Wee. Wee. Okay, it's just a wall. What was up with that? Oh well. Wee. Wee. Passing you by.
It was a long time ago, though. I barely remember. What drew you back to the Citadel and to the consort?
I don't know exactly.
Stop doing the shepherd.
It may sound strange, but I simply felt called.
That's not strange. Many of us have felt the same calling, though you are the first of your kind to respond to it.
Really? I hadn't seen any other humans working here, but I didn't want to ask.
No doubt you are just the first of many to come. It's only a matter of time now that your species is spreading its wings.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you.
Okay, so it's just the lights. I kind of thought it'd be this guy. Who's not? Alright. Hey, what do you got on your table? Oh, drinks. No windows. Alright.
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander. But I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see the sadness behind your eyes. It tells a story that makes me want to weep. Pain and loss, but it drives you, makes you strong.
I know that.
That strength is what kept you alive when everyone around you was dying. You alone survived. You will continue to survive. This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
Thanks, I guess.
Close your eyes and relax, Commander.
You got it. Cheek to cheek. Cheek nuzzle. Excited. Hand on the glass. Oh, you said it. You said it.
Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Alcor ambassador, I would like you to have this small trinket.
What is it?
A small mystery. I have never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you.
Aww.
Remember my words, Commander Shepard. They will give you strength.
Alright. Come on, guys. Thanks for watching. Seriously, you guys just like stood there and watched? Come on. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright. Let's see, where? There's a good spot. There's like some empty benches or something. Except for everybody just kinda... Actually, no, we're gonna go chill out with Anderson. Actually, no, we're gonna chill out with the Alcor. Yeah, that's where we're gonna chill out. Alright. Let's see if we can't get ourselves there. We'll invite Anderson over. Party with the Alcor and Volus. This is lovely. No, not a good view. Alright. You guys come over. You have an ambassador party. Udina's not around, so you know we can do whatever we want. It's a pretty big place too. Lounge chairs too, you know? Oh, that's awesome. And lounge chairs over here, yeah. Look, there's 3 lounge chairs, you know? There's one for each of us. Awesome. Alright, I'll take this one. You guys want to take some lounge chairs? Alright, so that's going to be it for today. Or really, yeah, today. And this week of streaming. Yeah, we do continue on with more Mass Effect next Wednesday. It'll be a longer stream, it should be. So we'll probably try to finish off the Citadel at that point, and then see how much further along we get. Yeah, so Monday I do have my game. I tested it out. I did all other stuff. Unfortunately, it is not Saints Row 2. I can't stream PlayStation Network games with the use of a capture card, and my capture card is not a capture card. It is just, well, basically it's a paperweight. Yeah. And then Tuesday, Star Ocean. Hopefully we can resume that. Sorry about yesterday. I was just exhausted and all that other stuff. I wouldn't have been as energetic. I would have just been like, bleh. And yeah, then, Wednesday, obviously. This Friday will be, What's Up Wrestling. The episodes are scheduled and will go up live 10 a.m. AST Friday. And yeah, I do want to try to start, get some new series and stuff for my YouTube channel. So keep an eye on that. This video will be going up a bit later because I have to splice it together. Because, the little mistake or whatever happened earlier before. I still don't know what happened. I didn't get a notice. I said I stopped streaming, so again, I don't know. So I'm going to have to splice that together and put it up as one video rather than just, 2 videos. The fiasco that was, what was it, Dragon Age Part 5, which was like Part 5.5 and then 5.75 and 5.8 and 5.9. Maybe I'll at some point deal with that. But it was one video. But anyways, this will be it, and thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Let's do a save. Actually, let's squad. Let's have 5 points, which is. I don't get anything, do I? I get advanced shield boost. What's that? No, I'm not really using shield boost. Increase the squad healing. That's going to be important. But again, I want to wait because I'm going to be getting something much more important than all of these things. 2. That's not really anything to worry about. Shield boost. Okay, yeah, no. No, it's fine. We'll just wait until we accumulate some more. Anyways, yes, let's Codex. At some point, I wouldn't mind doing some of the primary ones. Some of them are pretty cool. Anyways, save, right, save. Save. Okay, yep. Again, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.